How's it going, everyone? It's me, Thick Gumpla, and today I am super excited to be reviewing probably one of my favorite suit designs of all time, the GPO1 Fb. This has been one of my favorite suit designs since day one, so let's get into it. I do have some stuff to say about this kit. So first things first, let's talk about the overall quality of this kit. It's a high grade. It's an old high grade. It's not very recent. This comes from the year 2000. It's a 20. I don't know. I've been on this old kick for a while. So a 21-year-old kit has its advantages and disadvantages. One of the major disadvantages being its color separation is quite bad. One of the advantages of older kits is if you take the time to put the extra details on it and you put that extra effort into the kit, you're going to be so satisfied when you get done, and the feeling that you get honestly is a better feeling to me than when I do some basic snap builds. Don't get me wrong, snap builds are relaxing and I love to do them, but sometimes I just want to, flex my creative lizard brain and do something a little extra to make it nice. Like with this, I got the GPO2 as well. I'm working on it currently, and we're gonna put them up together in a nice fighting scene. I've done some great work. I like the GPO2 as well. We'll get to that in another video. And overall, it's a high grade. It's an old high grade. Not much to say. All right. So as you just saw, as far as the kit goes itself, I'm not a huge fan of the kit, but what I love about this is the design. If you want a great kit that you can just snap together and have a really good looking GPO1 Fb, go with the real grade. Go with the master grade. Those are way more color accurate than this. If you are a snap builder and you don't really do that much hand painting, or you don't do any at all, definitely do that. Definitely get the real grade, definitely get the master grade, even though we're still waiting for the master grade 2.0 of pretty much that whole line of kits. GPO1, GPO1 Fb, GPO2, GPO3, which GPO3 is the most solid out of those three kits, I will say, for sure. But either way, I digress. Take that into consideration before you pick this up. If you love the design, get it. If you want something that you can just snap build and it look cool, miss this one, don't get it. That's pretty much what sums it up. The articulation of this thing it's a high grade. It's not that good, but at the same time, for its time, it's par. It's with everything else that came out in the year 2000. You got about a 90-degree elbow bend. Let's see here. Are there any other bad parts about this? Well, yeah, no, the legs on it they go to about a little over 90 degrees. It's your standard polycap joint or polycap sandwich joints, where it's a piece with two polycaps in it and pegs that just slide in really. That's about it. You paint it up, especially these thrusters. They're in sore need of paint because they come in all white on the back of them. So that's just flat white. I had to paint the black, the red, and the silver. and the chest, especially on the chest, those front chest vents, or the front chest verniers, his double nipples, because that's what they look like. Those are recessed and a different color and with a black backdrop and with a red inside. So if you haven't really done that much hand painting, this might be a little difficult. As far as seam lines are concerned on this kit, there is a pretty hellacious one on the top of the shoulders, and it runs all the way through those 3 verniers, which, by the way, you have to paint the silver and the red if you want it to look anime accurate, at least. Another design a choice that I'm particularly iffy about is the fact that they even have the chest verniers out in the first place. I prefer the suit design, the suit when it has its chest verniers put up and its shoulder verniers put in, because that's kind of like the standard or the idle position of the thrusters. They typically don't stay out all the time in the anime. But no, the chest thrusters don't stick out like that in the anime. Not at all. Anyway, but no, the shield is just a white piece of plastic with 2 stickers on it that really doesn't catch the light that well. It just looks kind of doo-doo. The real grade shield, I'm tempted just to display this with the real grade shield, because the real grade, let's face it, it's a hand grenade too. But it looks better than this if you want something out of the box. But if you want to save a little money, put a lot of extra effort into it, and get something that you can be proud of, totally go with this one. You're going to want to glue the eyepiece, or the sight on the gun. I did paint that with a nice metallic stop sign red. And because it falls off quite a bit, it does have trouble staying in the hand too. I have found out it's like they fit, but it's like that at the last moment they picked the hand out of a wrong kit and just packed it in this one, because it's real wobbly. Is for a high grade, it shouldn't have any problem holding this tiny piece of plastic. Getting rid of the seam line on the gun is not hard. Not very hard at all. There's a seam line on the top of like the shoulders that's not too terribly bad. It can be done, and on the top of the backpack there is a seam line that you're gonna want to definitely close up, because if not, you're gonna have a big ugly gap there, because not all the pieces quite fit right. And I do sand and get rid of my nubs really well, so the nubs aren't an issue. Let's see here. No, that's about all I have to say about this. I'm going to put it on my shelf, posed with my GPO2, and look forward to that review coming as well. I'm going to go through a little montage of what I did when I built this. You know, I'm still really working on the layout of these episodes, reviews, and how they're going to come out, and I'm experimenting and mixing and getting better equipment in and figuring out what I'm doing. I appreciate those of you that do watch, because it's definitely a process and something that is a huge learning experience, and I'm getting better at it with every video. So I appreciate the support, especially those of you that tune into Twitch. Twitch TV/thickgumpla. That really means a lot. I'm close to 100 followers on there, and that just blows my mind because I've really been going into it lately and going pretty hard on the streams. I have much better equipment for those streams, so if you watched it, I definitely recommend coming and hanging out with me. Other than that, that's about it. Let's rate this kit. So how would I rate this kit? What would I give this? How many C's does it get? Honestly, it gets 1 C. It's a horrible kit. Unless you do X, Y, and Z. If you're willing to do that, get this kit and paint it. If you're not willing to do that, get the real grade or the master grade GPO1 Fb. You easily add 2 C's to it whenever you give it this much attention. But no, out of the box, 1 C. Paint it, 3 C's. It's not gonna get anywhere near 5 C's even if you custom detail it because of just the articulation. I dropped my lighter. Anyway, the articulation is not that good. Other than that, that's my thoughts on it. That's how I feel about it, but I love this thing. I hate it, but I love it. That's about it, y'all. Have a good day.